My name is Tiasha Bryant, and this is my family tree. Loretta Murphy was born on August 9th, 1939, in Trenton, North Carolina. Being raised in a rural area, she began doing farm work at a young age. She worked at the Austin, Carolina tobacco factory for a few years and then later became a cook. She cooked in various places, including the elementary school that I attended. I remember her working while I would go and get my lunch, and she would always give me ice cream or a slushie with my meal. Growing up with her around at school made us grow closer. I consider my grandma as one of my best friends.
Granny Penny.
Yeah, there way to go. Yeah.
Ew. Grandma, where your teeth at?
Hi.
Loretta married Theodore Roosevelt Murphy, better known as TR. I don't know much about my great-grandfather since he passed before I was born, but according to my grandmother, he also did farm work and worked at the Austin, Carolina tobacco factory for most of his life. Loretta and TR had 6 children: Marilyn, Henry, Marvin, Brenda, Mary, and Gloria. Gloria was my maternal grandmother. Growing up, she also worked in tobacco fields for a while. However, she stepped away from that and began to work at Britt Haven. Britt Haven is an assisted living center for the elderly and people with disabilities. While working at Britt Haven, she became a certified nursing assistant and eventually worked her way up on the floor as a supervisor of housekeeping. Outside of Britt Haven, she enjoyed spending time with family and going to church. She was an usher and a choir member. I remember going to church with her every Sunday as a little girl, and she made sure that I paid attention. She made sure that I knew who God was and how blessed I am. She is one of the reasons that I chose to continue being a Christian and working to better myself. Gloria married Willie Kinsey. Willie has always worked with food. He was a chef at the Holiday Inn for a while. Then he began working at Walmart in the deli. He's currently in a pre-retirement phase at Walmart and works about 2 days a week. He recently remarried. Gloria and Willie had 3 children: Rondell, Terrell, and Linda, my mom. Linda was born on April 4th, 1978 in Kinston, North Carolina. While in high school, she worked at Bojangles. She fell in love with my father. In her senior year, she became pregnant with me. But that did not stop her from seeking higher education. She obtained her associate's degree in computer information systems from Lenoir Community College. She also obtained a host of certifications and her manicurist license. She now has 4 children and currently works as a bookkeeper/secretary at Jones Middle School. She enjoys spending time with her family and getting pampered. She married Deniran Hill. I don't know much about my grandmother's work life when she was younger. I do know that she has worked in many nursing homes as a housekeeper and a dietary cook. I also remember her working at a restaurant called Christopher's when I was younger. I loved to go inside and get a free strawberry cheesecake and a big bowl of spaghetti whenever I was in town. Currently, my grandma does not work because she is taking care of my grandfather. However, she still loves to throw down in the kitchen. Her Sunday dinners can always bring the family together. Some of her favorite things to do are to go thrift shopping, cook, and help the elderly in any way that she can. Jesse spent majority of his working years doing farm work. He worked in tobacco fields, cotton fields, and tended to various crops for over 30 years. He also raised hogs just because he enjoyed working with them. He used to take me with him sometimes when I was little, and I'd be absolutely terrified. Currently, he is not working because he has cancer and Alzheimer's. He spends his days fussing with my grandma and watching old Western movies. Although he and my grandma never married, they've been together for over 40 years. I know their relationship is not perfect, but they have been influential to me when it came to choosing to marry. I see the way they love and support each other and instantly knew that I wanted a relationship as strong as theirs. Mary and Jesse have 7 children together. Michael and Lamont passed well before I was conceived. They also have James, Charles, Jesse Jr., Travis, and Walter, my dad. Walter was born on May 2nd, 1977, in Kinston, North Carolina. While in high school, he worked 3 jobs. After he graduated, he became a licensed environmental technician and worked in that field. In 2003, he was arrested and went to prison. While in prison, he married a lady named Brenda and began taking classes to get his auto technician license. When he got out of prison, he completed his training and received his license. He also obtained his HVAC license. He now has 4 children and is currently an HVAC service technician. I would say that my dad's incarceration had the largest effect on me growing up. I think this is because I was such a huge daddy's girl. I was home when the police stormed in the house with guns and arrested him. I was only 6 years old. I remember having to visit him in various prisons and sometimes not being able to physically touch him. After a while, I stopped visiting because it was too much for me to handle. His imprisonment ended him and my mom's relationship and left her as a single mother. Watching my mother struggle to search for love in the wrong places was heartbreaking. By the time I was 8, I knew that I would never allow that to happen to my family. When he was released from prison, I was 15 years old and was practically raising myself. The close relationship we once had no longer existed, and to this day, we are still working to build it back up. And all of that brings us back to me. Currently, I am a senior at NCCU, graduating in May. I'll be pursuing a career in teaching. Recently, I just got married, and I'm also expecting a baby girl. Well, that's all for my family tree. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope that you learned a little bit about how social systems have impacted me and my family. Thank you.